Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am Katie from Mitza Creek Farm. We are a pumpkin patch and Christmas tree farm, diversified farm in northern Wisconsin, zone 3B. And this year we have been hit with snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm. Today is Thursday, January 5th, and we are just digging out from the most recent snowstorm that we had. And you can hear the dogs wrestling behind me. The previous video I showed, I was shoveling off the roofs because we needed to get that cleared because we had like 2.5 feet of snow on our roof. And that's kind of when you want to start getting it off, especially this early in the season because it's not going to melt off. So that storm was forecasted to hit Monday night into Tuesday morning. Sydney also had a flight out, like the first flight of the day out, to go back to college. And so I made the decision to get a hotel room for Monday night, and the storm ended up not hitting us until Tuesday night. But that's okay because it would have been a very, very, very middle of the night, early morning, get up and bring her to the airport. So I'm glad that we did because then I was able to get a little bit more sleep at least. And then Tuesday evening, the storm hit, and it hit hard. So we are now just getting everything finished cleaning out. We have all the walkways shoveled that we needed shoveled. The plow came yesterday. We kept getting stuck in our driveway. Owen had backbladed it with the tractor, but then we got like another 4 inches of snow after that. And so it was so dense and so wet. Hey dogs, hey, no. It was so dense and so wet that everything was just slipping. So I'm glad that the snowplow came. So you can see behind me the path for the sidewalk here. We're running out of place to put snow. So today's agenda, I have to work. I just checked on all the animals. I forgot to record that. Oh, here comes Wally. Wally's loving all this snow. And he loves sitting on top of the hills. Bernie, the mountain dog, he loves playing King of the Mountain. Anyways, I checked on all the animals. Everybody is doing good. And I noticed that we have some issues with some damaged things from the snow. So I want to go around and check those out so that when the snow starts melting in the spring, we have things to get things repaired so that we don't have animals out because it is our fence. So I will take you on that. I'm going to go in, finish my coffee, warm up, and then I'll take you and show you what I'm talking about. It's a bit chilly out today, which is good because then the snow gets nice and hard, and then it's not as easy to get stuck. It's easier to get around in because when it's warmer, it's soft, it's slushy, so it's hard to get around in, and then you car tires don't like it very much. You get stuck if you don't have a 4-wheel drive vehicle. So I'm very grateful that it's colder. I never thought I'd be saying that, but this is the year of endless snow, and so gotta look for the silver lining where I can. There's a pretty frost on everything. This afternoon, we are going to be tackling the high tunnel and getting that snow blowed. You can see that the snow is starting to get backed up, so it's not shedding. Normally that would shed, and it's about halfway up at the highest point there, and it just has nowhere to go so that it can't come off. So that's going to be our afternoon project, and we'll have to get some more paths snow blowed because that is all completely full. So almost cleaned out from this last storm, but now we have to work on that project. And I want to do it tonight because Beck has an out-of-town basketball tournament this weekend. And so we need to get it done before he goes. And then that way Owen can work on the 1-person jobs. That's a 2-person job because I want somebody down there just keeping an eye on whoever's snow blowing. And it helps having somebody sometimes shovel and get like big ice chunks and that kind of stuff out of there. So we try to always have 2 people down there when we're snow blowing, just so that it's safer and to help it go faster. This is where the flower bed that's made out of the boat usually is. And there's the barn. That is taller than me. So usually we don't get to this point until like maybe March. So we are definitely having some issues with the amount of snow we're having. We're like maxed out for where we can put it. And I'll show you this issue that we have. And it's not the snowplow driver's fault. It's just because we have so much snow, it messed everything up. You can see here that the fence post is pushed in. Usually that's straight, and it's because the snow from plowing pushed it over because the snow is so dense. So we're gonna have to fix that this spring before the snow fully melts, or somehow temporarily fix it. We'll probably have to put like a T-post or something there. Otherwise the goats will get out. So that is number 1 on repair list for when the snow melts enough that we can fix it. We might even have to do like some step-in posts once the snow levels start melting enough that animals can get around easier. Right now, not too concerned. Lily went in and fixed the electric fence so that that is working. So we're not too concerned because they will not go down there. The goats are lazy. And if they do go down there, they will hit the electric fence. But when the snow starts melting and they can get around easier, that'll be easy for everybody to get out. Thankfully, the next 5 days, there is a 0% chance of snow. So we will have some time to kind of get things figured out and get some snow moved, because our driveway is getting really narrow. That door blew open, but I can't get to it. So we will have to, when we're snow blowing the high tunnel, we'll have to snow blow a path here and get to that door. But you can see here that this is getting narrow. The snow all gets pushed this way, going around this corner, which is good. But you can see that the further away from the house that we get, the narrower and narrower the driveway gets. So the plan is this weekend we're supposed to have some sun. The sun is out right now even. That's amazing. We're supposed to have some sun, and it's supposed to be like upper 20s. And so we're going to take the back blade of the tractor and try to get some of this widened so that we have a little bit more space, so that if we get more snow this winter yet, which we will have room to plow it over, because we don't want more fences to go down. Another issue that we have, so this is our snow. Another issue that we have is these are our hay bales for the winter. And you can see that there is a 4-foot high snowbank over here. It's shorter, that's like 3 foot, blocking them all. So we will also have to take and snow blow some of this so that the snow goes on this side of the driveway so that we can get to those hay bales. Otherwise, we are having to take the bale spear off and bucket, scoop the snow out and go move it, and then put the bale spear back on to get a hay bale. And that takes a while. And when you have hungry animals and it's usually dark, because it gets dark so early, it just is complicated. So we're going to work on that this weekend and try to get those projects done, because that will make life a lot easier in the long run. I couldn't figure out why my hands were getting so cold, and I just looked at the temperature, and it is -3 out. It's almost 10 o'clock in the morning now, and I didn't realize it was so cold. That explains why everything froze up nice and solid last night, and why nothing's getting stuck anymore. So I'm grateful for that, even though I don't like the cold. It's nice having solid footing on the ground and not having to take a couple hours every day and shovel out people's cars. You can see here, this is where Lily got stuck the other day. And there's quite a bit difference, but it was all just so soft that you couldn't really go anywhere because you just sunk down in the snow, and then you were just spitting snow when you were trying to move. So that is winter storm number, I think, 4 in the last 5 weeks. And we're hanging in there. We just have a lot of snow, and we haven't had this much snow in quite a while, especially this early in the year. I believe Duluth, which we're an hour and a half south of, is a record for the amount of snowfall that they've had. And their amount of snow that they've had right now is the same for their average yearly snowfall. And so we're January 4th, 5th? And I think that we're about the same as that. It feels like we've had a lot of lake effect snow, even though we usually don't get much. We're usually on the outer bands of the snowstorms that really affect further north. But this year it feels like we have just been hit with them. So that is it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.